Have you ever wondered how the most successful fund managers find their best trades? One way they do that is they look for megatrends. And once they've identified a megatrend, then they'll simply look for the stocks that are best positioned to benefit from that megatrend. And one of the more pronounced megatrends in the United States right now is the fact that the US population is aging. And as the population ages, Americans are going to be spending more money on healthcare. Are there potential ways to benefit in the stock market from that megatrend? We'll be considering that question in today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. My name is John McHugh. I'm a former Wall Street analyst, hedge fund manager, and independent trader for the better part of 20 years. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the chart on HCA Healthcare, symbol HCA, one of the largest hospital operators in the country. What we're going to do is when we take a look at the chart, we're simply going to look for the direction of the trend and then look for clues as to where the big money might be stacked up trying to buy or trying to sell. So step one, let's assess the trend. The way we'll look at the trend is we'll simply connect the two most recent highs and the two most recent lows. And the way we'll do that is start with high to low, low to high, high to low. You can see that as they move from left to right, the highs are moving higher. And as they move from left to right, the lows are also moving higher. And that's the definition of an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. And once we've identified an uptrend, we'll simply look for support levels for either bounce trades or discounted entry prices for longer term positions. And there is a support level right here in the 372 to 366 price range. There's another support level just below that in the 356 to 352 price range. And then there's a much lower support level if we get, for some reason or another, get a major sell-off in the stock market or in healthcare stocks. There's another support level way down here in the 324 to 315 price range. If you want to patiently wait for that opportunity if it were to show up. So we now have identified three support levels. Let's go look for a resistance level where the big funds might be stacked up, waiting to either take profits or maybe some short sellers looking to enter kind of resistance type trades. And there is a resistance level right up here in the 408 to 416 price range, and that actually is the closest resistance level. So the way you could set up this trade right now, you could, if you wanted to, you'd be a little less price concerned or a little less disciplined on your entry, but you could simply enter, you could go to open up your app next week and just place a market order and get filled in the 387 price range or wherever we start opening on Monday or Tuesday. Now, a more disciplined entry, the way to think about a more disciplined approach for either a quick bounce trade or a discounted entry price for a longer term position would be to wait for a bounce. So price may just continue and head higher until it gets resistance in 408. If that's the case, our disciplined approach, we simply wouldn't get filled. But we are not going to chase price as it continues to surge right here. We would simply be patient and wait for a pullback into a support level. So our game plan would be this. Ideally, HCA would pull back to this support level here, bounce off that level before heading higher and testing that resistance level. And the way we would structure that trade we would simply place a buy limit order at 372 and change with a protective stop just below that support level, and we could set our target just in front of the resistance level. And this trade would have a 4.62 to 1 reward to risk ratio. In other words, for every $100 worth of risk you'd take, you'd have over $400 worth of reward potential. So that's the way you could structure a bounce trade, or act a little bit more like Warren Buffett and wait for a discount in price before you enter a long-term position. So to wrap up today's session, hope you enjoyed the session. I'll be back each day this week with more chart analysis. In the meantime, wish you the best of your trading investing, and we'll see you soon.